In the very early days of Minecraft on YouTube, and creation of content for the game in general, players were eager to find new ways to play the game by themselves and with their friends. Usually, when a player wanted a fun experience, they'd launch up a Minecraft world and just play. Regular survival Minecraft was easily the most common way to play the game for an extremely long time. As players got bored with regular survival, many created small mini-games like Spleef and things of that nature. And then, like most things that come and go at the blink of an eye, a new fad was found that thrusted an entirely new style of play onto the scene seemingly overnight. In this video, we're going to take a look down memory lane and talk about one of Minecraft's oldest pastimes. So without any further ado, welcome to the Survival Island. So to those of you who have never heard of this before, what is a survival island? Simply put, survival islands were a quickly growing genre of maps and challenges for players of Minecraft. As the name suggests, the maps were intended to be played in survival and also required you to survive the experience. Usually for a map to be considered a survival island, it had to follow a few pieces of criteria. 1. The island had to be out in the middle of the ocean with no major islands in sight. 2. The island had to have at least one wood source. And 3. The island had to actually be inhabitable, aka grass for farming, potential cave systems below, and various other important aspects. On top of that, most survival islands were supposed to be loaded up via a seed, meaning the moment that you would load into the world, you're supposed to start on the island and go from there. If you didn't load in with a seed, alternatively, you would download a map created by a user on websites such as Planet Minecraft or another. Typically, these islands were found in a world far from the spawn and were slightly altered to be more unique, offering challenges to the player, as well as changing the world's spawn point to that island's location. Some islands were made entirely from the ground up by map makers to create a truly challenging experience. When downloading a survival island map from a website, a lot of the maps tended to have a to-do list included and rules. Like the to-do lists associated with skyblocks and things of that nature, the challenges listed were usually possible. However, they would typically range in difficulty based on the creator's knowledge of the surrounding area. If the map maker knew there were 30 diamonds in the immediate area, they may or may not demand a diamond block be added to a structure as a trophy or proof of completion. Small things like that were extremely common with maps and made collecting and utilizing resources feel risky, never knowing when the right time to use what you've collected may be. It truly made many experiences feel tight. On top of that, another stipulation with many maps was that you were meant to preserve the island itself. Many map creators didn't want the island to be completely gutted and turned into a quarry just for the sake of survival. While that would ultimately fall onto the player for final judgment, it was usually understood that, on the surface, your map should still look like an island. Everything underground, though, was typically fair game. And speaking of experiences, on these survival islands, almost all players' experiences were unique. While very similar to Skyblock in the idea that you're given a specific area to survive and thrive on, Survival Island offered more possibilities to players, giving more freedom for more complex builds and systems that individuals could come up with, provided that they could actually utilize resources like iron, gold, diamonds, redstone, lava, and more. I mean, heck, even if you didn't like the idea of surviving and thriving on a survival island, odds were you could still get involved with the community by finding the islands yourself. A very large portion of the community was dedicated to finding seeds that could harbor life in the form of challenges for the genre. I mean, look at the seed 404 from the old beta 1.7 and prior days. That was a seed that was a survival challenge, and it was found by someone in the community. Arguably, the people finding these seeds were more important than those that were playing on them. For as long as the genre of maps have been around, it's always been relevant. With every new update to the game, new maps and seeds have been found so that players can continue to enjoy their favorite style of Minecraft. It's also worth noting that as every new update comes out, more potential for the genre begins to unfold. I mean, with 1.13's recent release and the inclusion of drowns, tridents, conduits, fish, coral, shipwrecks, and more, the possibilities for good maps has completely skyrocketed. And something that a lot of people tend to not think about is that the survival island genre of maps is almost entirely responsible for custom maps. As map makers got involved, some creators introduced storylines as to why you were on the island, and often decorated the area with houses, signs for dialogue, and much more. While Skyblock maybe started the movement of thinking differently as to what custom maps could do, Survival Island showed what was possible with them in the first place, and that should definitely be remembered. But what are your thoughts? Were you a fan of the Survival Island genre? Did you ever play on it? And if not, what actually brought you into Minecraft, and what were your first experiences like with the game? Let me know in the comments section down below. But other than that, that just about does it for me for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself and Michael McChill, who co-wrote and edited this video, the channel and the video quite a lot. But anyways guys, I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.